Hey guys, so I'm here in the beautiful jungles of Costa Rica along the Rio Tigre, and I just wanted to talk about today the journey of healing, what I think is involved in healing, what healing even is. So what is healing? It's the absence of dis-ease. And what I take dis-ease to mean is to not be at ease with life, to not be at ease with oneself. So, often it can be like even if you're physically diseased, it can be from emotional reasons, and like in this day and age, often like so much stress, so much of us are depressed, just anxious, depression living in the past, anxiety living in the future, and stress just way too much going on. We're busy all the time. There's like, especially with the internet now, there's always so much to be doing, so much stimulation. We're always switched on. And this activates the part of the nervous system that's busy, that's like in survival mode. It doesn't give ourselves time to like chill out and like look for our body to heal ourselves. So yeah, and I think the busyness, also with that comes this constant search for temporary pleasure, temporary satisfaction, this constant searching for something that will give us pleasure and running away from things we don't like. This constant, it's towards what's it called? Clinging. That's what I'm trying to find. But this constant clinging at what we want more of and being really averse to that which we don't want. And it's just like this busyness and this being in our minds and worrying about the past and reliving the past and how other ways it could have been, or living in the future and fantasizing about conversations we're gonna have and how they're gonna go, and living it all out in the head. And how often do those conversations actually A, even happen, or B, go the way we thought they were? So it's like, how the hell can we just stop all of this and come into like here, into now, into our bodies? It's so important. I did a video recently about my journey. I struggled with depression and all that fun stuff. And the main part of it is just like coming to be at ease with who we are and coming at ease like with the present moment. I've recently started a meditation practice, and it is difficult. Like, I'm like sitting there not even for half an hour, and I find myself like, I'm bored, I don't want to be doing this. Half an hour of our lives, I can't even do that for half an hour. How, it's just this mind, it just wants to be busy, busy, busy. So like, how do we get away from stress, from anxiety, and from depression? First of all, we need to realize that change needs to happen. We need to take responsibility over our well-being and realize life is not happening to us. We are just as responsible for our lives. We need to take responsibility for ourselves and our well-being and commit to it, so prioritize ourselves. It sounds really easy, but even like with this meditation practice, it's so easy, but I can't be bothered today. It's like, prioritize your well-being and recognize that you're not a victim of circumstance. This is your life. It's not all in our control, obviously, but you're in control of how you respond to the world. Are you coming a place of reacting automatically, or are you coming a way of intelligently responding to life? And that's a skill that's developed through practice. I divide healing practices in two categories, like peak experiences and integration processes and experience. So peak experiences for me, like travel, plant medicine, any ceremony, ecstatic dance, energy healing. What else is it? What have I done? Yeah, just anything like that really gives you a big chat, things click, you have an aha moment, you're like, wow, okay, it makes sense, I see this. Your sense of awe in life is re-inspired, or this feeling of belonging to something much larger, or you just really remembering how it feels to feel good in one's body. So these are peak experiences, but you have these yay moments, but then you need to learn how to integrate it into your everyday life. So practices for integrating in everyday life for me are like meditation, mindfulness, yoga, just that teach you like to have a grounded mind, I guess, grounding the mind into the body. And learning to be with yourself, to be with your experience, to slow down, become intimate with your experience, and learn to express yourself. So 3 foundations then there for me are, I think, for the integrative process, are self-inquiry, actually it's 4, self-inquiry, self-love, self-expression, and community. It's so important to have support on this journey because it's like, it's tough, and it's really important to share and express, obviously, because you feel like it lightens your load. So there's that. There's having a community that will support you, that you can talk to, that you can share your journey with, and even some guidance. I mean, obviously you want to be, you know, at the end of the day, you want to learn to rely on your inner guidance and not be relying on any external guidance. But at the beginning stages, or even throughout, just like gentle nudges or little explanations from people who have already gone through that process, so helpful and really essential, like along with community. Process of self-inquiry, it's like getting to know yourself. Like, so much of us is running on automatic pilot all the time. You know, we're reacting. We have all these habits we've developed through all of life experiences, all these preconceptions about people, about situations, that often we're just reacting to situations without intelligently responding, you know? So it's learning that through practices of meditation, mindfulness, self-inquiry, yoga. So there's that. And then there's self-expression, which kind of ties in with the community, you know, learning to express ourselves. And there's so many ways, you know, there's word, but there's art, there's painting, there's music, there's written word. So it's finding ways to express ourselves. And also just the last thought, it's like, you know, focusing on what we're moving towards and not what we're moving away from. You know, where the tension goes, energy flows. So, you know, focus on what you want more of in your life, not what you're trying to get away from. Because if you're constantly thinking, oh, I don't want this, I don't want that, okay, you're saying I don't want it, but you're just thinking about it all the time. So often that will just create more of it. And that's what you're focused on. So that's what you're seeing all the time. If you focus, okay, I want more of this, what do you want more of, rather than what you want less of. Super useful. So yeah, those are my thoughts for today. Just like, yeah, there's so much disease going on. It's so easy. I mean, there's just so much stimulation. There's so much happening. And we're often not taught, you know, emotional maturity. You know, we're taught all this intellectual stuff at school, but how to, like, deal with emotions, how to express emotions healthily. We're not taught this, and it's so important because we're emotional beings, you know, emotion, energy and motion. We're all made of energy. Energy is constantly moving, and we're bound to feel emotions, and it's important that we learn to express them. That's where self-expression comes in again. Because if we don't express things, they get blocked up, you know, you create a blockage and it just builds up and manifests as disease, or just like stress or depression or anxiety. So yeah. Those are my thoughts that I wanted to share today about the healing journey, because I know so many of us out there are struggling with these things. So if we can all just share what we know and what we learn and support each other along this journey, you know, we'll make this world a better place. I believe in it. Anyway, sending love to everyone.